Alright, good morning guys. As you can tell, it's pretty loud because I'm on an urban trout pond. And today we're going to do a little experiment of lake trolls with spinners for trout versus dodgers and spinners for trout. So I've got similar style moon jelly spinners on. And I'm going to run a nickel moon jelly Paulina Peak Dodger on this one. And this one I'm going to run a Max Flashlight Moon Jelly Silver Lake Troll. They're ultralight lake trolls, and also a Moon Jelly spinner. So you guys see the differences we get here in terms of catch rates on the lake trolls versus the dodgers. And also there's some trout in this lake worth some money. They've got tags on them, and you can send those tags in for some cash. So we'll see if maybe we might stumble into a few of those as well. Alright, let's get started. Now with this lake troll, because it doesn't have any weight to it, I'm going to have to add a snap weight to get it down. I've seen a lot of fish near surface. Water temps on the surface are 55, so I'm gonna stick near the surface. I've just got a little half-ounce cannonball. I'm gonna clip in at 30 feet here, and maybe just do like 10 foot on the line counter after I clip it in. Don't need to go far behind the kayak. Trout aren't particularly bothered by it as much as some fish. I'll do my usual troll speed of like 1.7, 1.5 for trout. Okay, that one's deployed, and then the dodger should have enough weight that it'll carry itself down there without needing weight. But if I start marking deeper fish, I'll go deeper. If we don't get any love on the spinners, we can switch up and try. I got little spoons. I've got flies. We'll see what we'll find something they want this morning, hopefully. Not marking anything at all, but I am seeing the occasional fish on the surface, so I think they're feeding shallow. Oh, there we go. Got one on. That was on the lake troll. That one scores the first fish of the day. Let's see what we got here. Lake troll and spinner. He's a chromy little dude. No tag on him. Alright, buddy. See you later. That's one fish for the lake troll. Oop, another one. Ooh, lake troll's taking an early lead. This one's got a little bit more mass to it than that last dinker. Probably because I hooked him funky, it looks like. Yep. Hooked him underneath. That is a teeny thing. Yeah, I got him right underneath the gill plate. Luckily didn't get him in the gills, so should be able to clear that easy. Alright, buddy. See ya. Alright, that's two. Thought I had a big fish, but just got him when he slashed at it. It's always been my experience when I've used lake trolls in the past for kokanee primarily, that when I'm running dodger and lake troll setups, the lake troll setups will catch far more trout than the dodger setups will at times. I think trout sometimes aren't as excited by all that side-to-side action that the dodgers have, or they're more intimidated by it than kokanee are. So we're going to see if this experiment confirms my suspicions on that. We're at 2-0 right now on the contest. I'd like to catch a trout bigger than 10 inches though. It's interesting because I look at this lake and the stocking information said that there was only catchables, so if they're considering like sub 10 inch trout as like take home size, that's kind of sad. Ooh, number three. This one doesn't feel very big either. Getting close to the highway, so the road noise is crazy loud. Oh, he's off. No, he's still there. Just another dink. Come here, buddy. I don't see any tags sticking out of his back, so we'll just release him over the side. Come here, buddy. Come down. See ya. So we're 3-0. It's crazy. Nothing on the Dodger. I'm gonna try putting a little weight on this too and see if that helps get it down, and it looks good. Yep. Alright, so I'm gonna go to 30 feet with this, and then I'm gonna snap in a little weight as well. Maybe this one's running just a skosh deeper, and that's why it's getting all the love. I doubt it. Usually these Dodgers sink pretty well. I mean, that one's not skating on the surface or anything. As soon as that sun came out, the bite dropped off. All the surface activity stopped. Hopefully it'll pick back up here in a sec. Well, one thing about coming to urban fishing areas versus where I live in the remote north central parts of Washington is really appreciate how quiet our fisheries are compared to this. I feel like I'm fishing on an airport tarmac or something. It's crazy. It's so loud. Well, maybe they've gone a bit deeper with that sun. We'll bump these down just a few more feet in depth. See if that makes a difference. A lot of the surface of the water today is really smooth, as you can tell, and there's lots of ospreys and eagles and kingfishers around, so those fish might be aware of the predation pressure. It might be pushing them down. We're starting to see marks like down at 15 feet, so I'm gonna push these out even further. I think the fish are actually going deeper. That's the issue. Here we go. As soon as I went deep, I got a fish on. That was the Ansa, Dodgers' first fish of the day. Had to go deeper. Pays to have those electronics. This guy does not feel very big. But he's feisty. He's chunkier than any other ones we've had earlier today. Hey, buddy. I like your spirit. No tag sticking out of your back, huh? There you go, bud. See ya. Alright. Dodger finally gets on the board. Oop. There we go. There we go. Got one on the lake troll. Not very far. There's a little wolf pack of them below me right now. I see there's like 7 or 8 trout traveling together. About the same size as all the the others I've caught today. This one might be just a skosh bigger, but not much. Got him hooked right in the top of the mouse. Get that out of there. Are you done? You done? There he goes. Alright, that's 4-1. That thing sure does flash a lot. That's for sure. Oop. There's another one. That's 5 now on the lake troll, only 1 on the Dodger. Come here, buddy. How do I hook you on the belly? You guys got some bad aim. Oop, there's one on the Dodger too. Alright, let's get this one. Side hooked. See you later. That's first double of the day. Alright, so that's 5-2. This one feels pretty small, but at least the fight's better than that last one. Actually looks pretty healthy though. Alright, that is 5-2. Pretty clear winner so far. I'm going to do this for just a few more minutes and I'm going to switch up and do a different tactic and see if it causes a different outcome. Is that a bite? I don't know. Whoop, there's a bite. There's a bite. Dodger's trying to rally, come back. Now it's 5-4. Earlier on they were showing a clear preference for the lake troll, but not now. Ooh. This guy's spunky. Spunky. This guy might be a ½ inch bigger than all the other ones I've caught today. It's definitely healthy. Clean looking fish. Okay, so this morning I've been running the spinners. And spinners, you know, I do find generally do really well behind lake trolls. Now, I guess I'm using this flashlight lake troll from Max. I like this much better than traditional metal bladed lake trolls because they just put out such an excessive amount of drag that, I mean, with these little dinky planter rainbows, I would probably not even be able to detect them on there when I'm reeling them in. At least with this one, this is light enough and doesn't have as much drag that I can detect them. The lake troll was doing quite a bit better this morning, but the Dodger started to sort of catch up later in the morning here after the sun came up. But now what we're going to do is we're going to switch this up. I'm going to put on a lure that has no action, and I'm going to put on these really cool double hooked woolly buggers that a friend of mine, Corey, tied. He's with Relentless Angling. I'll put links to his social media channels in the video description below. But he tied up these really cool double hook woolly buggers for me based on my last video where I was losing a ton of fish on woolly buggers behind Dodgers. We're going to run these identical olive woolly buggers behind the lake troll, and we're going to do it also behind a Dodger. And because this lure doesn't have a spinner or tons of action, I'm be really curious to see if maybe the bite shifts and favors the Dodger. That would be my hypothesis. So let's get started with this. What I would really like to do is catch a trout that's like bigger than 12 inches. That's interesting. I put those woolly bugger flies on and I've had 0 bites, about 75% of the way through the loop I've been doing. So they must be a little bit more keyed in on stuff that's a little flashier, a little higher action. I'm going to complete this loop with the woolly buggers. Then I'm going to switch up to some little skinny flutter bugs from Paulina Peak. These have a nice fluttery action with a little more flash. They've got some like moon jelly tape on the back. And we'll see if the action is key today or if the bite really did just slump off again. it's interesting because these fish were just put in here like on the 24th or 25th of April, which is less than 2 weeks ago. And so these fish they're pretty naive when it comes to food and prey items. They mostly just been eating pellets their whole life. But at home we have a lot of lakes where I am at that we get some catchable plants, but most of our lakes are fall planted with like what they call put and grow fish. These are fish about this size actually, so I'm quite surprised that these are considered catchables. But our lakes close in the wintertime. Almost all of our lakes do on the eastern side of the state. So they put those fish in there in like October, just a week or two before the fisheries close, which they close on November 1st. And then they reopen, and it's like the third Saturday in April. And those fish have had all winter and fall and early part of spring to feed on their own. And so they are anything that looks remotely like a dragonfly larva or a leech or anything just gets freaking destroyed. So like all the woolly buggers just get totally destroyed when I drag them around out there. But these fish don't seem to know what that is, so they're just ignoring the woolly bugger. Oh, there we go. Finally got one on the woolly bugger. Oh, he's off. Well, that was at least a bite right on that turn there. Well, that's not very conclusive, but definitely a lot less action on the flies. So I'm going to bring in the fly here. We're going to put on some little flutterbug, these like little flutter spoons from Paulina Peak. See if higher action converts to more fish, or if the bite's just kind of off right now. Oh, there we go. That was a hit. Didn't stick, but I just got a hit there on the Dodger. 2 taps. Look, Dodger on the cell phone bite. Alright, so we had 1 bite apiece, so that kind of leveled it out. And then just got my first fish on this skinny flutterbugs. So they definitely want the flash today. Make a couple passes around the lake with these lures and see what happens. Little guy, healthy looking. That was on a watermelon flutterbug. Here you go. Little planter. See you later. Oh, there we go. Got one on the lake troll and the spoon. It's definitely been slower than with the spinners. The spinners were the winners, but that was also early in the morning when the bite was probably better. No clear winner yet though. Just had one. We had 1 bite on each of them and then 1 fish thus far. He's a tiny little dude. He's so tiny. Itty bitty. See you later, buddy. Oh. Got one on the Dodger. Just kind of bouncing back and forth between the two. No real clear winner. Alright. Just staying basically even. We got 2 fish on this one and a bite. And we got 1 bite, 1 fish on this one. Oh, there's another one. Another one on the lake troll. Just like I said, keeps flipping back and forth. One gets one, the next one gets one. One gets one, the next one gets one. This morning we started with spinners behind the Dodger and lake troll. And definitely early on, the lake troll was really showing heavy favoritism. The trout were really going after that. But as soon as that sun came up and the fish got deeper, they seemed less averse to the action of the Dodger, and the Dodger actually pretty quickly caught up with the lake troll. I tried with olive woolly buggers, and we got 1 little bite on the Dodger, but that was it. There was nothing else, so I switched up to these little skinny flutter spoons from Paulina Peak, And it's just been a back and forth. There's really no strong favoritism here. I mean, fundamentally, lake trolls and dodgers are very similar in that their primary job is their primary purpose is to create flash and attract fish in so that they see your lure and then they strike the lure. The added benefit of a dodger is that it imparts action on the lure as well, especially if you run a relatively short leader like I am today, less than 8 inches. Whereas with a lake troll, it really doesn't impart that action. But as long as the lure itself imparts some action, then they'll still strike it anyways behind the lake troll. So I'll probably make this fish here the last one of the day. Let me know in the comment section below whether you prefer to use lake trolls or dodgers when fishing for hatchery trout. I'll be curious to see what your thoughts are. And I'll see you guys next time. Just remember, fish smarter, not harder. Lost that one.